So we got to have some real conversations. And sometimes the only thing that makes those real conversations happen is honesty. I appreciate you. I don't follow the other guy either. Not taking sides. I don't never want no issues with nobody. But when it's brought to my door, not saying you do that, but when it's brought to my door, I have to make a decision. Speaking of the other guy, you want to talk about that one for a second? Let's lay it all out. Speaking of that other guy, 2022, I didn't say one thing about the guy. I got some beat tags from his ex-girlfriend. I was petty. But I didn't say one thing about the guy. And like a stalker, he created 5 or 6 videos in a row trying to down my business while my business was going through a down spiral of its own. I didn't say anything. God told me, be quiet. God's telling me to talk today. I let videos go viral. I let folks say all kind of crazy things. I saw the internet finally disclose the things that they didn't like about Curtis. I'm like, damn, I know everybody ain't supposed to like you, but damn. But while my business was taking hits after hit, this is why I feel so indestructible. Because while my business were taking, I'm humbled. I'm absolutely humbled. I've been humbled. But while my business was taking hits, all you see is somebody with a larger audience taking shots at me. So I played defense, and now it's been somehow convinced that I'm the bully. Let's go back to that video real quick. Since we're on the topic, let's go back to that video real quick. And I'm gonna jump off of that. I just feel like I have to say something about that. As a man, I want to say something. I've been leaving it alone, but as a man, I have to say something. Here's the narrative now. For context, he's talking about that infamous battle that lives on my channel.
I feel like that balances him out to I want to produce now. He's treating Busywork Beats like an actual adversary. He went in there to fucking murder him, dude. And then like the craziest part about that, like when he uploaded it to his own channel, he replaced the audio.
Yes, I did. We're going to expose it all today. Yes, I did. I absolutely did. And I don't want to talk about something that happened it was damn near a pandemic ago. I didn't get on YouTube to talk about other grown men. That's why it's so hard for me to make content like about celebrities and about producers with big names. I hate talking about other people like that. If you look at my channel, there's only like 5 videos where I'm talking about somebody with a name and I'm using it as a clickbait. It just feels nasty. It feels like men should not gossip. That's been my stance on it. I haven't taken an opportunity because I've been obedient to even defend myself. And I don't feel the need to defend myself. That's the stupid thing about it. But what he's saying here, hear out the rest of this.
Off a speaker, and then Curtis King's is recorded directly off his computer, so it just sounds way better. It was nasty, man. He'd murdered him. Curtis King does have the skills. Like he is one of the top tier producers, I think, in terms of like heavy, like swung beats.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
So, some people asked about that question about the beat battle and how that went. I'm tired of talking about the beat battle, dog. We got to move on. I want to make content, not talk about other people. Dog, I hate talking about other people. Nobody is that special. I'm not that special. I am nobody. I hate talking about other people, man. But let's go ahead and end it out today. That battle, you have to understand, regardless of what the results were of that battle, of how much I destroyed him sonically, I walked away from there angry that my time was wasted. Angry that it felt like I got pulled into a click funnel. Because all that other guy kept talking about was join this email list, join this website, join this landing page that he told me nothing about so that he can monetize off my audience. You know the reason why that guy keeps talking about me on his channel? You want to know why? Because he needs to make money off of my audience. He's been making money off of my audience ever since he invited me to his channel to do the music producer conversations because I don't sell to my audience. But he will. That's why he keeps running ads on my YouTube videos. This is why he created a diss song. Listen to the actual lyrics. That's not a reason to make a diss song. Didn't nobody take your girl. Didn't nobody like disrespect you. Didn't nobody take your mom. You sat up here and talked about cymatics and how I switch sides on you. Switch sides on me. I listened to that in Colorado after I had a weekend of helping out independent artists in person in the studio. I was helping the independent artists hands-on. And the first thing I saw before we got on the airplane was that song. And when I heard that song, I was like, Are you effing kidding me? The guy that wears suits and ties and that holds himself up as a leader of this community is rapping over drill beats and dissing another black male on YouTube? What are we doing? For clicks? You know why he did that? I'll tell you exactly why he did that. He'll never admit it. I don't play checkers. I don't look to play checkers with nobody. That's petty. That's only about you guys and the audience and the reaction and the oohs and the ahs. I'm not here to play that. Matter of fact, my big bro Merz told me, don't react. And so I didn't. You know what he told me? He said when Jay-Z and Cameron were going back at it, have you ever heard anything back from Jay-Z? I said, no. He said, focus on you. Focus on you and the truth will reveal itself. I said, okay. As much as my pride and my ego didn't want to do that, I did it. I shut up. Then video after video and video kept dropping. People kept sharing stuff with me and I still didn't say nothing. Okay. He did that after I blocked his ability to run ads on my channel via Google AdWords. That's how fucking nerdy that situation is. I blocked his ability to monetize off my audience. The next thing I know, a diss song comes out. That's the nerdiest shit that I've ever heard in the world. Now, let's go ahead and zoom out of this. We need Weaver Beats in this place. I know sometimes you're not going to like the things he say, but you're supposed to be in a space where you don't hear everything that you like. If you're only in a bubble of opinions where people are always saying beautiful and nice things about you, you'll never grow. How do I know? Because that was me. I didn't want no negativity around me. But it's not negativity if it's helping you grow. So Weaver Beats, I appreciate you, bro. We need you, bro. We need you because if we don't have balance in this space, it's going to be erased. We need balance in this space. We need to not be above criticism because your little funky ass producer feelings got hurt. And I'm talking to myself as well because I can't sit up here and criticize nobody else without myself saying that. But that kind of stuff goes in and it shouldn't be like that. Let's zoom out. How nerdy would it be if I go to the grocery store? I'm checking out groceries. And I tell the cashier, hi, how you doing today? She says, oh, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Bloop, bloop, bloop. How are you? Oh, where do I start? Right now I'm beefing with this other YouTube producer. You know, he used to actually be somebody that I really went to when it came to FL Studio advice. But now, you know, I guess he hates me and he's just making a bunch of outlandish things that are deterring my name. And I don't know, it's a lot of slanderous behavior going on because I blocked him from my Google ads. And I don't know, people are really talking about I need to go ahead and make a response. And I don't know, it's a lot going on. When if you get on the phone and you call a random phone number that pops up in your Yelp, if you get a random number and ask them, yo, who is that guy? And you say, who is Curtis King? And they probably won't even know who the hell that is. How much does it really matter? I don't hate that guy. I would love to run that fade though, but I don't hate that guy. In fact, there was a point in time where I admired his business model. There was a point in time where I saw him as somebody that could lead the way as independent music producers. I looked at him and said, you know what, man, he represents the professionalism. Then you start to meet the people and start to recognize that just like every human being, we are all flawed. And, oh yeah, we could still, for sure we can run that fade. For sure, because you didn't put out information out there that had no business. Running your mouth off like woo! I for sure run that real quick. And then after that, it can be over with. Like, we could do that at NAMM, like, whatever. I'm not even saying I'm to be a tough guy. I'm just saying, I know you're going to do all your internet stuff because you monetize every time I mention your name. You try to figure out a way to pivot it and make money because all you care about is money. When I told him how much of an issue I had with the way the beat battle went down and I was on the phone with him, he was like, oh, this reminds me of something my ex-girlfriend would say. Huh? Huh? You tell that to another grown man? And he said, how much money do you want a percentage of what I made off of the battle? Do you want a percentage? I said, I don't want your money, bro. Matter of fact, I want you to take all of my courses off of your website. Please. I don't want to do business with you. Then fast forward to when we finally started getting back into some kind of good graces, I got on his live stream and we started talking about our issues publicly because we're in a public space. And we want to be examples, good examples, great example of black men coming together and being able to hash it out. And before I knew it, you look at the end of that stream, I don't know if it's still up there, but you look at the end of that stream, he started talking about beefing with Superstar O and all these. I'm like, wait, I'm not beefing with nobody. I'm just barely making peace with you. But look at me looking like a dumbass sitting there on the other screen as he sits there and talks about people who are toxic to the producer community. It looks like I'm co-signing that, dog. Like, I told him on there, I said, yeah, you wanted our audiences to battle one another. I'm not, no. You argue with fools from a distance, nobody can tell who is who. I can't, no disrespect. He saw that as disrespect. He asked me to do business with me. He wanted to get me into some I want to say some NFT stuff or some Web 3.0 stuff. And I told him, bro, no disrespect, but I just don't trust you. I don't trust you. I said, but what we can do is start, and this is not me trying to slander the name. This is me just giving peace to it so we can move on. I feel like a lot of y'all will not let the channel move on until we address it. And I'm not afraid to address anything. I just rather spend my time being of value and service to you. And I don't know if this is being of service to you, but I'm going to be transparent and honest about it. He tried to get me some Web 3.0. I was like, bro, I don't want to do that. I know that you'll make me a lot of money. But I feel like when you say yes to people, no matter how much money you make, this is what I've learned. You say yes to people, it comes with responsibility. And it also comes with leverage, because then people can say, I made that guy money. How dare him not tell me yes? So I said no, respectfully. He didn't like that. He tried to encourage me to get into some other business where he was going to run emails for me and send them off to different brands. And I said, nah, that's not even my brand approach. You're not talking to me. You're talking through me, bro. That's not even my focus right now. My focus right now is to help my YouTube audience. But he's trying to figure out a way. And I just said, you know what? No, I don't want to do any business. I think peace is enough to start. And we even made commitments. Like I said, one thing I want to ask of you, because you've asked a lot about me. I said, take down that expose video. It's inaccurate and it's not good. This is a video that I don't think it's up anymore. It's been gone for a while. And I said, in return, I will take down the beat battle. And he said, absolutely. And we did that. But something told me don't delete the video because I didn't trust him. And then what happened months later when I was live streaming a beat battle, and he does beat battles. Of course he does beat battles. You're a fucking OG in the YouTube game, bro. You're an OG. What? Why does it mean so much for you to get your dick sucked in public? Like, you want everybody to just give you praise and say you're the greatest YouTuber, FL Studio producer in the world. Why do you need that? Why do you need that? I can go to any Guitar Center and they know who you are, bro. They know who you are. Your work has done, you have been so prolific in your work. Salute, hats off to you. You've established a monopoly over FL Studio tutorials. Why do you act like this? I remember Dame Dash said something. He said, when people look like they're winning but feel like they're losing on the inside, they do dumb shit. I'm not saying that's you, but I'm saying that's what it looks like. When people look like they're winning but feel like they're losing, they do dumb shit. Like diss songs? A diss song? I really do judge the impact of my work by the level of people who are opposed to what I do. If somebody were to diss me, I would want it to be a lyricist. That would make me feel good about getting dissed. This right here is just like, attention cannot be that important, dog. Attention cannot be that important. And I don't want anybody who's in the middle who feels like, oh, you're slandering, or won't you guys just come along? I don't trust the guy. I don't trust him, and I don't feel like we have to exist in the same space. This is the first time I've said anything. I said nothing for a whole year, and I'm still not being disrespectful, as I could be. I'm not doing tit for tat. I'm not going back and forth. All I did was ask him to move on. Since you want to compare folks like a wretched, angry ex-girlfriend. This is the energy I'm getting. You know how you can tell who broke up with who in a relationship? You know how you can tell who's in the wrong? Look who said the most. I didn't say nothing because I was happy to be away from that situation. But the next thing I know, I look up and see somebody DMs me that I got a diss song about me. And I'm like, ooh, from who? From who? And it went from who to you? Nigga, you? Ugh. But we got to end this on this. My producer feelings are a little bit hurt. Look, it's so weird. It's so nerdy for producers to have any kind of conflict. I stand on that. I'm sorry for contributing to that. That is my most nerdiest moment on YouTube and in life, is to sit in here and have a back and forth with the guy who uploads videos on a third-party website like me. That's not my proudest moment. That's not something that you put on your resume. That's goofy on both of our parts. But I'm tired. I'm tired of the back and forth. I'm tired, fam. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to be great. I'm ready to be the best YouTuber I can. But I cannot do that with 1 foot backwards and 1 foot forward. So that's where we're at today. And however the chips fall, they fall. But what I will say is this. And you, for those of you that want to run this and make it like you get your popcorn ready and all of that stuff, and you like, oh man, ain't nothing finna happen. I'm finna go back to silence and focus. I tried to make peace and move on and coexist as things did before I met the guy. That wasn't good enough. I've been called out my name, and I said nothing. I've been disrespected over and over and over again, and I've said nothing. And I'll still say to this day, this is someone who is probably one of the most influential YouTube educators of all time. You're a power user. Fucking act like it, bro. For those who are like, I know a lot of people say like their biggest gripe with him is that he only makes producer content for beginners. I watched the first video I ever saw from him was a 30-minute tutorial on how to make build-ups for EDM beats because I was in the EDM trap. It was dope. It got the information I needed. There's a lot of stuff in there that I didn't need, but there's a lot of stuff in there that I did need. I appreciated it. I reached out to him. Like Day said, it was the worst fucking day of my life. I'm playing. I'm being petty. I watched it and it was helpful. Then I saw he had courses. I bought Music Theory in a Day. I bought it. I bought a lot of his courses. He showed me the form of what a course could look like because before then I never really took online courses. But it was something that interested me and he was the only one providing it, was a void in the market. And because of that, it inspired me to want to make courses. If you didn't know that, that's what it was. Now, I wanted to make them different from what I saw with him because there was things that I liked and things that I didn't like. And I tried to create the courses and fill the voids. He reaches out to me because he likes the EDM trap beats that I make and yada, yada, yada. And we start to build on some level. Then eventually he invites me over to his channel to create content. And a story he loves to tell is I gave him an opportunity to make some money. That man paid me $500 to make 50 videos for his channel. And at the time, I needed it because my beat selling business was starting to see its end. 50 videos for $500, and I did it. That's what gave you Coffee with Curtis. Then I did another 50 that was like VST Love Connection or something. Like I just took a bunch of nasty, ugly VSTs and seen if it was a love connection or not. It was a terrible series. But he paid me another $500. But dog, I needed it. I'm not proud of it, but dog, I needed that money because that will give me an opportunity to run ads and hopefully at that point in time sell some more beats. That's what I did. If you think I'm lying, go ask Mr. Different. He did the same thing. I should shut up. I'm not going to check another man's pockets, but when I understand, that's what it was. I did it. I needed the money. My business was struggling, but I saw it not as 50 videos. I saw it as, here I can learn from somebody who's obviously finding a lot of success in business. Here I can leverage this as an opportunity, not just to make some money, but also to learn the business from somebody who seems to be doing well. And you know what I did? I made 50 videos in 3.5 hours. I will never forget it. I was living in Rialto, California. I had a stack of t-shirts. I kept the camera right here in front of me. It was my iPhone 6, a stack of t-shirts. Every video, I read a tweet, gave a reaction, did an ending, took the shirt off, threw it away, put the other one, put it on, did it. And I did it. I knocked it out in 3.5 hours. Now think about, instead of 50 videos, 3.5 hours worth of work for 500. That's how I looked at it, because I knew how fast I could knock out videos. Done. Move to the next thing, right? We leveraged even because I did that gave me an opportunity to make more money with him through courses. Because he paid me a bonus before making a course. It was significantly more money after that because of the investment that I did there. And I wasn't the only one. There's a lot of people doing collaboration stuff on this channel. That's in my spirit. That's just who I am. I'm not proud of it. I don't talk money a lot on my channel. I don't talk money on my channel because it's I feel like that's not a public topic unless you're like an economics or money channel. I just don't talk it. I just do what's necessary for me to support my family, my craft, and myself. But that's what I did. And I made some good money on a monthly basis through my drum magic course with him. And I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And you know what? I was in hustle mode. To double down on that, you know what I also did for the guy? I came on his channel and we did a podcast. They're still up there. And if you look at the podcast, I spoke 90% of the time. And what does he get to do? I didn't peep game because I wasn't business savvy enough. My business IQ was low. I didn't understand what was going on. He brought me onto the podcast. We talked about things. I got angry. I would be on there for 5 or 6 hours. 5 or 6 hours of me, another YouTuber, who I thought at the time I wasn't that big of a deal. I only had probably 50,000 subscribers, whatever, 30,000, whatever. This guy had hundreds and hundreds of thousands. But not once did I go in there and say, bro, I need to be able to promote my stuff. I didn't even plug stuff. We talked about producer stuff the whole time. I thought I was doing him a favor. He thought he was doing me a favor. What he didn't know is that during that time when my wife was pregnant, I shouldn't have been on no podcast for 4 hours with the guy. But I thought I was doing a favor because my wife was right there in our apartment and everything was good. And sometimes the conversations were really enjoyable. What I didn't understand is that this gives him an opportunity to cross-pollinate with someone else's business, someone else's brand. And I share this with you so that you can know if you are being ran game on. The man's name is Game. This is business. No emotions involved. I get it now. I get it. I'm not angry. I get it. Every time I came on there, that's like running a 4-hour episode on my channel because my audience wants to come see my input. And I'm spending more time on his live stream than my own live streams at that time. So I learned my lesson. And at some point I told him, dog, I can't do this no more. It's becoming more of a hassle to do this on Mondays and I'm not focusing on my business. He said, okay, cool. Then fast forward to last year or the year before, he's like, I gave this guy a chance. I gave him an opportunity to come and share with my audience. News bulletin, your audience doesn't like me. Your audience doesn't like me. They didn't like me when I was on there. There'd be some people who would like what I was saying, but they mostly did not want me on that channel. And I peeped game, but I was there because I thought I was doing a favor because you didn't see many collaboration streams at that time from producers like that. And I was like, Doug, I don't think that your audience is such a prized possession because it's your audience. They don't want me. That's why I never really understood the idea of collaborate to build your fan base. Yes, it can build your fan base, but I feel like it builds fair-weathered people, people with low attention spans, people who say, oh, damn, you work with this person? Okay, I'll go follow you. And then all of a sudden they're watching. I don't want those folks. I want folks who genuinely came to my channel, and I know it may sound very purist and maybe even ego-driven, for being honest. I want people who come to my channel and say, I rock with you, Curtis. I don't care what kind of content you're making, I'm rocking with you. I don't want your people. I don't want your head ass. I don't want your audience. And that's no disrespect to his audience. I don't want your audience. Nobody ever wanted your audience. But this space will convince anybody that they're larger than life than what they are. I've learned it. I've lived it. I've been in places where I felt like I was somebody. Because I got 200,000 something subscribers. You ain't nobody, bro. I had to say that to myself in the mirror. And it only got me to a place now where I can finally say, okay, now I can do the real work. Now I can do the real work. And that's what we're doing right now. Ain't about exposing. I salute. My hat's off. I will finally say it. The guy gave me an opportunity to generate income. I'm so grateful for it. But we have outgrown, or maybe I have outgrown that business relationship. And I did not trust this person. And this is where I feel like, you know how people say it's business and not emotions? False. I understand why people say that. I'm not here to fight that old adage because a lot of genius people have said it. But it is emotions. Because businessmen and women make emotional decisions. Business folks have emotions. and they do emotional things, but they do it in a business way. I don't know what part of somebody's suit and tie business model. Somebody who's clean cut, somebody who's like, I'm going to teach you about everything about life, about crypto, about everything that has to do with you becoming an example of an outstanding man like myself. Branding, professionalism. The same guy who says we don't need those other powers that be. We don't need those other entities. We don't need the system. I don't understand how that same guy finds the time to make a diss song about a D-level YouTuber in comparison to his subscriber numbers. I don't know why that's a good business decision and how that aligns with the branding we've seen. That's not the person I've seen. And I'm more disappointed than anything else. So I had to learn a valuable lesson in that situation. And I'm learning a lesson now because I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of fight back and all of that. But I always stand by this. Nigga, if you got a problem, call my phone. You got my number. Stop the internet shit. I don't believe nothing you're talking about, bro. Until you call me, I don't believe nothing you're talking about. I'm forced to believe if you're continuously talking about me and you're only talking about me to other people and not directly to me, you need that attention. And if attention is a new currency, it sounds like you're broke. There's nobody on this internet that is so important to dedicate entire pieces of your content campaign to. I've invested almost 10 years into this YouTube space, and my record, even before then, was very solid. 13 years of solid action, actually. I say 10 years before that. You ask anybody, from the Ab-Souls to the Kendrick Lamars, to the Glasses Malones, to anybody in this industry that has worked with me. They may not like the way I express things. They may have some things that they don't like about me. But one thing they will never say is that my character is not upstanding. Have I made mistakes? Yes. But have I not tried to correct every one of my mistakes? At least with people that I felt like I did wrong. And they will tell you that I have. So to see somebody constantly going on a campaign to try to make it like I'm a nigga, you think I waited till 2023? You think I waited 10 years into my YouTube game to become a scammer now? Huh? The person that doesn't know how to hard sell his audience? I did one funnel campaign where I did emails and I went through the whole business marketing plan of how folks are like able to squeeze so much money out of a situation when I did the music producer power bundle. And although I stand 1,000% behind that course, there's so many things about the rollout that just made me very uncomfortable. I don't like selling to people like that. But you know what? When you don't hard sell, you attract people who do. This Ninja Curtis, plug your stuff. I'm trying to get better about that. And I shouldn't do that because that's from a mindset of scarcity. But if you don't plug your stuff, somebody's going to come through and figure out how to sell to your audience. Think about this for a second. For anybody who wants to dispute anything that I say, when you can't get a response from somebody, when you can't run ads on their YouTube channel, when you can't get them to make content about you, how do you attract attention from their name? Make a diss song. When I released DIY 2, we were still on talking terms. At least you could reach out to me. You still could reach out to me. Even as I rolled it out. When the project finally dropped, bro, we invested so much time. I documented every single song on the project and put it on my YouTube channel for a playlist you should definitely go check out. It's one of my best. I feel like it's my best video work that I've done. I documented the whole process and I put it out there. I was so proud of it. Did the music on every live stream. I was so proud of it. We put it out there. And then we campaigned that mug. I got an email full of people who are reaching out to me that said, hey, I will pay the $5.99 for your pre-order. I will, in exchange, get your course. I'll get your beat, whatever I can get from you, but I want to support. I had somebody give me free tickets to a Charger game because they wanted to support what I have going on. You know why? Because I'm genuinely a good person, and people can feel that through the screen. I don't have to fake it. So then to see out of nowhere when this person could have called me, hey, did you fake those numbers when you went #1 on iTunes? No. You could have called me. But no. On some hoe ass shit, you went to the Twitter. after you were already blocked. Because I told you, when that beat battle situation happened, maybe I could have reacted a better way. Let's double back to that. And I'm sorry, we're talking about a whole bunch of stuff. I'll debate whether or not to put this live up, but I want to have this conversation with you while we're here. Oh Gosh and I and the Hobie Nobby and did a beat battle. We have been planning it for weeks. And we put up a certain title for this beat battle. And he matched the title exactly and the time that we were going live. And we shifted the time. And he went the exact same time. I don't think that would have bothered me as much if I didn't know the levels of petty he is, especially when it comes to business. And I know that he's been wanting to get his get back since that beat battle situation, because I don't care how much good business you did behind closed doors. I know that your ego is hurt to see people talking about you and dragging your business like they did after that battle, which, by the way, I didn't ask to happen. While we were not seeing eye to eye with each other, and folks in here, I need y'all more than ever before. You guys, please make it be known. Did he or did he not start naming live streams while I was streaming the same exact thing? I have a stream called Flowcation where I make beats. I got over 105 episodes. Out of nowhere, just to be a troll, he started naming the stream's Flowcation. Once again, to try to get into my customer base so he can hard sell to them. You see the people saying it. Look, I don't have to make none of this up. He had the visuals and our energy that we all saw it. So when I know you're that petty, I know to look a little bit deeper into things when other people will be like, it's not that big of a deal. Like I seen even Weaver Beats was like, I think Curtis might have overreacted. And I understand the perspective that he has with that. But I did overreact because I felt like I had to play offense in that situation. Because I felt like he was so petty that he would do that. But dog, you're one of the GOATs. You'll hear me say it. You're one of the GOATs of YouTube producer FL content. You are prolific in what you do. You have helped me in so many ways. And I'm grateful. But I'm not going to kiss your ass. And I'm not going to sit up here and pat your back and reinforce your greatness to you. When you're wrong, you're wrong. And you're dead ass wrong. Trying to make a diss. Dog, diss songs to me feel like writing poetry to another man. And you did it because you didn't get in contact with him. You did it because I stopped responding to you. That means to me on some level, you want some kind of like, you want somebody to, you want to feel the warmth of somebody else. To me, that says, ooh, I just want a little bit of affection. It's weird, bro. I'm married, bro. Got a kid, bro. What you on? And then when you see his response, because I read some of the stuff, to why he did all the stuff that he did and why he's exposing me, he says he wants to make sure that he cleans the producer community. He want to make sure that he is a saint of the producer, the president of the producer community. No, bro, you got a God complex. You think that you're the God of this space. And I think that's unfortunate. I think that it looks idiotic, especially when you talk about, we're on YouTube. Billions and billions and billions of views that go around. You have somehow convinced yourself that you need to save everybody by downplaying other people. Dog, there's not a lot of black YouTube producers who are making the kind of content at the tier that we're making it at. When we argue like this, stereotypes to these other folks. We like niggas to these other folks. When you don't call somebody's phone and you have their number, but you go to the public because you want them to join in on the conversation, I don't look at that as strength. I don't see strength in that. The person I thought you were and who you showed yourself to be, I'm disappointed. Even as I talk about this, I get less angry. I get more disappointed. Even my wife, she's like, what's wrong with him? He talks more about you on the internet than I do. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know. But he had my number the whole time. But I'm not going to call somebody who's doing all of this because they want some attention and some weird ass affection. I think some folks are dealing with some emotions that they don't know how to process. That's my honest opinion. That's not me being disrespectful. That's not me being judgmental. I think there are people like him who are dealing with emotions and they don't know how to process them. and they have lived their life out on the internet, and the only value they feel like they have is what these people think of them. I don't want to be petty, bro. I don't want to be petty, bro. That's not what this is about. This is about creating balance. He added me in the community feed. Call me, bitch ass. Call me. Stop acting like a bitch. Call. You know what?
The wireless customer you are calling is not available. Please try again later. El cliente de servicio móvil al que llama no se encuentra disponible. It's not available. Please try again later.
Don't at me. Call me, bitch ass. You ain't about nothing. You internet. Call me. Call me. Call me. At me. What are we doing? Call me. What are we doing? This is what I'm talking about. You can big up the guy. You can give him all the props in the world. He wants to go to the internet. You're acting like a coward, bro. Anyways, we off of that. I just had to make sure that I said my piece on that. We're going to wait for all started because of folks like Weaver Beats. Love it. I love it. Please create that balance. We need that balance. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hello?